Have your feet ever tingled for no reason? Do they sometimes feel numb, swollen, or heavy, especially in the morning? What if your body is quietly trying to warn you, and the real culprit is hiding right in your kitchen? Most of us assume vegetables are always good for us. But what if I told you some of them might be doing more harm than good when it comes to your nerves and circulation? Yes, it sounds unbelievable, but stay with me. Today we're diving into 15 everyday foods, including 3 vegetables you likely eat regularly, that may be quietly triggering nerve discomfort, poor blood flow, and that strange tingling sensation you can't explain. These aren't rare or exotic foods, they're common items you might be eating without a second thought. But over time, they could be interfering with your circulation, contributing to numbness, and putting more pressure on your nervous system than you realize. Especially if you're dealing with diabetes, early signs of neuropathy, or sluggish circulation, these dietary choices could be making things worse. But don't worry, we're not here to scare you. We're here to help you see what you've been missing, and to give you real steps to support your health. So stay with me till the end, because the last food on this list, it's something almost everyone eats, and yet it could be quietly wrecking your nerve and vascular health without you knowing. Ready to find out what it is? Let's start with number 15. Number 15, bacon. It's hard to say no to bacon, right? That crispy, sizzling bite first thing in the morning feels comforting. But if you've been noticing numbness, tingling in your feet, or slower circulation, this breakfast favorite might be playing a bigger role than you think. Bacon is loaded with saturated fats and sodium, 2 ingredients that can quietly sabotage your circulation. Think of your blood vessels like narrow highways. When too much salt and fat hit your system, those highways become congested, making it harder for blood to flow freely, especially to your legs and feet. The salt in bacon doesn't just add flavor, it causes your body to hold on to water, which can lead to swelling and a feeling of heaviness in your lower limbs. And the saturated fats? Over time, they contribute to plaque buildup in your arteries, limiting blood flow and straining your vascular system. That can directly impact how your nerves function. And here's something most people don't consider. How you cook it matters too. Frying bacon adds even more unhealthy fats, turning an already risky food into a major circulation saboteur. While you don't have to give it up completely, consider cutting back or switching to leaner proteins. A small swap in your breakfast routine might lead to big changes in how your feet feel by the end of the day. But we're just getting started. Number 14, processed hamburgers. They're fast, they're cheap, and they're everywhere. But processed hamburgers may be doing more damage than you realize. If your feet often feel swollen or you experience tingling out of nowhere, your favorite fast food burger might be fueling the problem. These burgers are often loaded with trans fats, saturated fats, excess salt, and a long list of preservatives, all of which have been linked to poor circulation and nerve inflammation. Inflammation is a hidden danger. When it builds up in your body, it doesn't just cause discomfort, it can actually slow blood flow and make nerve issues worse. That heaviness in your legs after a meal, the sluggish feeling that creeps in late in the day, it could be more than just being tired. It might be what you've eaten. The additives in prepackaged burgers are designed to preserve them, not protect you. And the sodium content alone can leave your body bloated, your blood pressure elevated, and your nerves struggling to function normally. Even worse, those trans fats don't just raise the bad cholesterol, they lower the good kind, putting more strain on your blood vessels. If you're already noticing symptoms, that double cheeseburger might not be worth it. Try switching to homemade burgers with lean meats, fresh herbs, and no fillers. You're not just changing your diet, you're giving your body a chance to heal. Number 13, frozen pizza. Pizza night is sacred for many of us, but if it involves frozen pizza, it might come at a cost. Those tingling feet, the swelling around your ankles, that strange numbness that hits after a long day. It might not be random. Frozen pizza is a minefield of hidden dangers. High sodium, preservatives, and saturated fats, all packed into one tasty but toxic package. The salt alone can send your blood pressure soaring, leading to fluid retention that makes your feet feel puffy and weighed down. Ever eaten a late-night slice and woken up with tight shoes or pins and needles in your legs? That's your body holding onto water to balance all that salt, and your circulation pays the price. But the damage doesn't stop there. The preservatives used to keep that pizza shelf stable can fuel internal inflammation, a major factor in peripheral neuropathy, which affects millions and is one of the leading causes of numbness in the feet. Add in the artery-clogging fats and you've got a perfect storm brewing just below the surface. You don't have to give up pizza forever, but next time, try making your own with fresh dough, real veggies, and heart-healthy toppings. It could mean the difference between another night of strange symptoms and finally waking up feeling normal again. Number 12, instant soups. They seem harmless, don't they? Just pour hot water, stir, and you've got a meal in minutes. But behind that steaming cup of instant soup lies a storm your body doesn't see coming. These quick fixes are packed with sky-high levels of sodium, sometimes even more than your entire daily limit in just one bowl. And when your body gets hit with that much salt, it panics. It starts holding on to water to protect itself. That's why your feet may feel bloated, tight, or swollen after a meal like this. Circulation slows, pressure builds in your blood vessels, and that pins and needles feeling creeps in. But the danger goes deeper. Instant soups are often filled with chemical preservatives and additives that silently trigger inflammation in the body. Over time, this chronic inflammation can damage blood vessels and weaken nerve endings, especially in your feet and hands. And here's the kicker. There's barely any real nutrition in these soups. They're not food. They're empty fillers taxing your kidneys and liver while making your symptoms worse. If you're already dealing with poor circulation, numbness, or diabetic neuropathy, these easy meals are not worth the price. Instead, make your own warm bowl with fresh broth, herbs, vegetables, and lean protein. Not only will it nourish your body, it may ease the very symptoms you're trying to ignore. And keep watching, because the worst vegetables for your feet, they're still coming. Number 11. Ready-made cakes and cake mixes. That sweet smell of freshly baked cake, it's hard to resist. But if your feet often feel numb, tingly, or heavy, those store-bought cake mixes might be quietly making things worse. These convenient desserts are loaded with refined sugars and hydrogenated fats, a deadly combo when it comes to nerve health and blood flow. Every bite sends a rush of sugar through your system, causing blood glucose to spike. Over time, those spikes damage your blood vessels, making it harder for blood to reach your toes and fingers. And those fats? They don't just raise your bad cholesterol, they lower your good cholesterol, leading to plaque buildup and narrowing of the arteries. That tight, tingling sensation in your feet? It might be your nerves crying out under the pressure. Worse still, these mixes are full of preservatives and artificial flavorings that add to internal inflammation, directly attacking your peripheral nerves. But here's the hopeful part. You don't have to give up cake entirely. Try baking at home with whole grains, less sugar, and healthy oils like olive or coconut. It's a small change, but for your nerves and circulation, it could be a life-changing one. And the foods to avoid only get more surprising from here. Number 10. Industrialized French fries. They're golden, crunchy, salty, and addictive. But those fries you grab on the go, especially from frozen bags or fast food chains, they're a dangerous comfort food for anyone struggling with numbness in their feet. These industrial fries are usually cooked in cheap, reused oils filled with trans fats and laced with excessive sodium. It's a recipe for poor circulation. Too much salt makes your body cling to water, causing swelling that presses on your blood vessels. Your feet swell, the blood can't move properly. That tingling at the end of the day becomes more than just an annoyance, it becomes your new normal. And when oil is reused again and again, it creates toxic compounds that promote chronic inflammation throughout your system, harming both your circulation and your nerve endings. So what's the fix? Make your fries at home, bake them, air fry them, use natural spices and a light brush of healthy oil. You'll still get that satisfying crunch, but without flooding your body with inflammation. We're getting closer to those 3 vegetables that can harm your nerves. Don't miss what's next. Number 9. Candies and processed sweets. They're bright, colorful, and bring back childhood memories. But candies and processed sweets? If your feet feel numb, tingly, or strangely cold, even when the weather isn't, these treats could be making things worse. They're loaded with refined sugars and artificial chemicals that put your blood vessels under serious stress. Every time you indulge, your blood sugar skyrockets. And if this happens often, those sugar highs start damaging the delicate lining of your blood vessels. The result? Reduced circulation to your extremities, especially your feet, and less oxygen reaching your nerves. That's when the tingling, burning, or numbness sets in. Even worse, many processed sweets contain chemical dyes and artificial preservatives that have been linked to inflammation, poor nerve signaling, and even long-term nerve damage. It's not just about sugar, it's about the storm of additives your body is forced to process every time. But you don't have to quit sweets forever. Instead, reach for dark chocolate sweetened with real ingredients, or make your own treats using natural sugars like honey or maple syrup. Your taste buds will still be satisfied, and your nerves will thank you. Now get ready. The list is heating up, and the next food might be in your fridge right now. And if you're living with diabetes or signs of neuropathy, the danger from processed sweets becomes even greater. High sugar levels don't just disrupt your system temporarily, they accelerate nerve damage, sometimes silently. Add to that the artificial colorings and preservatives, those unpronounceable ingredients on the back of the wrapper, and you're left with a cocktail of inflammation and disruption. These additives can inflame the body and block your nerves from functioning properly. When your nerves are undernourished and inflamed, they can't send clear signals to your brain. That's when the numbness creeps in, the tingling, the strange sensations you can't explain. And let's be honest, many of us eat candies without even thinking. A piece here, a handful there, a reward after a long day. But is that fleeting sweetness really worth the long-term sacrifice? The good news is, you don't have to say goodbye to treats forever. Try fresh fruits, a few squares of dark chocolate, or homemade desserts made with natural sweeteners. These options satisfy your cravings and protect your body. So next time you're reaching into that candy jar, pause and think, what's sweeter, this treat or pain-free feet? Number 8. Regular and diet soda. Soda, whether it's the sugary kind or the zero-calorie version, can be a silent destroyer when it comes to circulation and nerve health. You might not taste the damage, but your body feels it. Regular sodas are packed with huge amounts of sugar, which send your blood sugar soaring. These spikes wear down your blood vessels, limit oxygen flow, and make it harder for nutrients to reach your toes and fingers. The result? Tingling, burning, numbness that just won't go away. But diet sodas? They're no better. In fact, they might be worse. Artificial sweeteners like aspartame and sucralose have been shown to disrupt nerve signals, increase inflammation, and even interfere with how your body processes sugar. Over time, these effects can magnify nerve pain, reduce circulation, and make recovery even harder. And let's not forget the acids and preservatives. They're harsh on your system, further weakening blood vessels and damaging your nerves. So what can you do? Replace soda with infused water, herbal teas, or natural juices made from real fruits and veggies. These not only hydrate you, they help nourish your nerves and support healthy circulation. Your feet and your entire body will feel the difference. Number 7. Beer often brings people together. It's tied to good times, weekend laughs, and casual celebrations. But behind that relaxing image lies a harsh reality. Alcohol can drastically worsen numbness and tingling in your feet. At first, beer causes your blood vessels to dilate, giving a false sense of warmth and comfort. But soon after, the vessels constrict again, slowing circulation and cutting off the blood flow your nerves desperately need. And if you're drinking often, that's where the danger grows. Over time, alcohol can lead to alcoholic neuropathy, a painful condition where nerves begin to break down. You might feel burning, loss of sensitivity, even muscle weakness, and by then the damage can be hard to reverse. Beer is also loaded with sugars and empty carbs which spike your blood sugar and aggravate nerve damage, especially if you're already dealing with diabetes or poor circulation. Let's not forget, alcohol is a diuretic. It dehydrates you, thickens your blood, and slows circulation even more. It's like a triple hit to your vascular system. The fix? Moderation. Or better yet, switch to non-alcoholic alternatives like iced herbal teas or antioxidant-rich juices. And if you do enjoy a drink, follow it with plenty of water. Your body deserves better than a slow unraveling of your nerve health. Number 6. Milk chocolate. It's soft, it melts in your mouth, and it brings comfort when you need it most. But milk chocolate, no matter how sweet it tastes, can be a major trigger for circulation issues and nerve discomfort. Why? Because it's packed with refined sugar and saturated fat, a combination that slowly chokes your circulatory system. Each sugary bite causes your blood sugar to spike. And when that happens again and again, your blood vessels start to stiffen and shrink, cutting off the supply of oxygen and nutrients to your extremities. You might not feel it instantly, but over time, that river of blood flowing through your body becomes thick and sluggish, leaving your feet and hands cold, numb, or burning with discomfort. The saturated fats in milk chocolate add insult to injury. They raise your bad cholesterol and encourage plaque buildup in your arteries, restricting blood even further. And let's be real, how many people stop at just one square? That slow consumption turns into half the bar before you even realize. But here's a glimmer of hope. Dark chocolate with high cocoa content and less sugar can actually support blood flow thanks to its antioxidants, as long as it's enjoyed in moderation. The next time your cravings hit, ask yourself, is it the short-term pleasure you want or the long-term freedom from nerve pain? Number 5. White and refined breads. They're soft, fluffy, and often the foundation of our favorite sandwiches. But white breads and refined flour products like baguettes, rolls, or packaged sandwich slices might be silently sabotaging your circulation. These breads are made with highly processed flours, stripped of fiber and key nutrients. That means once you eat them, they rapidly convert to sugar in your bloodstream. And with each glucose spike, your blood vessels take a hit, eventually weakening and restricting the flow of blood to your feet and hands. If you eat white bread regularly, your body is bombarded with fast carbs, leading to insulin surges and silent inflammation, both of which damage your peripheral nerves. The result? That tingling, numbness, or foot swelling that creeps up on you more often than you'd like. And because there's no fiber to slow down sugar absorption, your blood vessels remain overwhelmed and your symptoms grow louder. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up bread entirely. The secret lies in choosing whole grain options, especially those with seeds and natural fibers. They help stabilize blood sugar, support circulation, and give you lasting energy. Try pairing them with lean proteins like eggs or cottage cheese for a complete nourishing meal. So next time you're at the bakery, take a second look. That fluffy white loaf might feel comforting, but your feet will thank you for choosing better. Number 4. Industrial ice creams. That cold scoop of creamy ice cream might feel like heaven on a hot day. But for anyone struggling with numbness or tingling in the feet, it could be hiding a darker truth. Industrial ice creams, the ones found in bulk tubs at the grocery store, are often loaded with refined sugars, trans fats, and artificial additives. And that combination can wreak havoc on your nervous system and blood circulation. The high sugar content leads to sharp spikes in blood glucose, damaging blood vessels over time and making it harder for oxygen and nutrients to reach your toes. As circulation slows, symptoms like swollen feet, heaviness, or tingling become more common. Meanwhile, the trans and saturated fats raise bad cholesterol and encourage plaque buildup, choking off blood flow even further. But there's another hidden twist. Because ice cream is served cold, it causes temporary vasoconstriction, a narrowing of your blood vessels, which makes it even harder for your body to get blood to where it's needed most, like your feet. And the artificial dyes and chemical preservatives only add to the inflammation brewing beneath the surface. Still love frozen treats? You don't have to give them up. Try making your own ice cream at home with natural fruits, yogurt, and a touch of honey. You'll still enjoy a sweet indulgence without sacrificing your circulation or nerve health. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. The 3 vegetables that might be doing your feet more harm than good, starting with a surprising one. Number 3, spinach. Yes, you heard that right. Spinach, often called a superfood, might not be so super for everyone. While it's rich in iron, fiber, and vital vitamins, it also contains a naturally occurring compound called oxalates. And for certain people, especially those prone to circulation issues or kidney strain, too much spinach can backfire. Oxalates can bind with calcium in your body and form tiny crystals that put pressure on the kidneys. Over time, this can disrupt circulation and contribute to fluid retention. That swelling in your feet, that unexplained heaviness or tingling after a big spinach salad, it might not be your imagination. Your body could be signaling that it's struggling to process the compounds in this leafy green. While spinach in moderation is healthy for most, those dealing with nerve sensitivity, kidney concerns, or poor circulation may need to take a closer look. Sometimes even healthy foods can work against you, especially when your body is already trying to heal. Number 2, broccoli. Yes, even broccoli, the vegetable that's always praised as a health hero, can sometimes work against your feet. While it's packed with fiber, vitamins, and minerals, too much broccoli can worsen numbness, especially if you're already dealing with circulation issues or taking blood thinners. Why? Broccoli is high in vitamin K, which plays a key role in blood clotting. If you're on anticoagulant medications, consuming too much of it can interfere with your treatment, making your blood more prone to clotting. And that means reduced blood flow to your feet, which leads to more tingling, swelling, and persistent numbness. Imagine your blood vessels as highways. When clots begin to form, traffic slows down. That's exactly what happens in your body. Oxygen and nutrients struggle to reach the extremities, and your feet suffer the consequences. But it doesn't stop there. Broccoli also contains goitrogens, compounds that can disrupt thyroid function when eaten in large quantities, especially raw. And since your thyroid helps regulate both circulation and metabolism, a poorly functioning thyroid can deepen the problem. Even worse, eating too much broccoli can lead to fluid retention, which puts added pressure on the nerves in your feet, further aggravating the numbness. Still, there's no need to cut broccoli out of your diet completely. The key is balance and variety. Try rotating it with other vegetables and avoid overloading your plate with raw servings. And if you're on medication, speak with your doctor about the right amount for your body. Number 1, Swiss chard. And now the final surprising culprit, Swiss chard. On paper, it sounds like a powerhouse of nutrition, rich in fiber, vitamins A, C, and K, plus potassium and calcium. But if you struggle with numbness, fluid retention, or circulatory issues, this leafy green might be silently adding to your symptoms. The main issue? Swiss chard is loaded with oxalates, compounds that bind to calcium in your body and form tiny crystals. These can block blood flow, increase swelling, and compress nerves, especially in the lower legs and feet. The result? More pressure, more tingling, and more numbness. And just like spinach and broccoli, its high vitamin K content can interfere with blood-thinning medications. If you're on anticoagulants, too much vitamin K can increase clotting risks, reduce circulation, and make foot numbness worse. Some people also experience bloating and water retention after eating raw Swiss chard. That added swelling puts extra pressure on your nerves, compounding the discomfort you're already trying to manage. So should you cut it out completely? Not at all. But once again, moderation is key. Cooking Swiss chard helps lower its oxalate levels, making it safer to eat regularly. And rotating your greens, switching between kale, arugula, romaine, and others, gives your body a full spectrum of nutrients without overloading it. If you've noticed your symptoms worsening after eating these healthy vegetables, it might be time to adjust your intake or speak with a professional who can guide you. Your next step to better health. Sometimes it's not just about what you eat, it's about what your body can handle. Small changes in your diet can lead to big improvements in your circulation, nerve health, and energy levels. If this video helped you understand your symptoms better, don't stop here. Tap the video that just appeared on your screen. It dives deeper into the foods and habits that could be healing or harming you every day. And don't forget to subscribe for more health insights. This channel exists for one reason, to help you live healthier, stronger, and pain-free. Your healing journey matters. Let's walk it together.